Welcome back to the Schlocky Horror Picture Show and the last 5/8 of Snowbeast, a made-for-television movie that had a lot of good things going for it that never quite made it to the screen. It was written by Joseph Stefano, who first found fame by adapting Robert Bloch's novel Psycho for Alfred Hitchcock. Soon after, he created the groundbreaking anthology series The Outer Limits, and it was all downhill from there, relegated to writing mediocre scripts for such middle-of-the-road TV shows as Marcus Welby MD, The Magician, Star Trek The Next Generation, and Swamp Thing. He redeemed himself in 1990 by writing Psycho 4. I know the title sounds appalling, but it really is one of the best sequels I've ever seen. I demand you seek out a copy of Psycho 4, but not until after watching the rest of Snowbeast, of course. That would be silly. All the shops are shut. As you may have already noticed, Bo Svensson is not really an actor. Although he can be seen in films like The Great Waldo Pepper, Walking Tall, North Dallas 40 and Delta Force, he's first and foremost an accomplished athlete who's competed internationally in judo, yachting, ice hockey and NASCAR, which is sort of like traffic, except boring. Not to worry, coming to the rescue in the acting department is the very sexy Yvette Mimieux and Sylvia Sidney. Well, they were sexy when I knew them. Yvette's first claim to fame was playing Weena, and I can only imagine what photo they've put up. She played Weena opposite Aussie hunk Rod Taylor in George Pal's classic production of The Time Machine, followed by the first teenage girl road movie Where the Boys Are. Her career quickly deteriorated to roles in rarely screened B-grade films like Three in an Attic, The Neptune Factor, Journey into Fear, and Devil Dog, Hound of Hell. Just when it looked like it couldn't get any worse, Yvette co-starred in what was to become one of Disney's most infamous films of all time, The Black Hole. When I said Sylvia Sidney was sexy, I wasn't just expending my daily allowances of S's. I was one of many admirers vying for her attention. Spencer Tracy, Henry Fonda, Frederick March, George Raft, even Cary Grant. We'd all meet outside and play rock, paper, scissors until the last one left conscious had to call for an ambulance. After reaching a high point starring alongside James Cagney in Blood on the Sun, her career diminished somewhat during the 40s, but in later years Sylvia continued to play supporting roles in I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, Damien Omen 2, Beetlejuice, and Used People. In her final role, Sylvia saves the entire Earth from destruction in Tim Burton's Mars Attacks, in which her Slim Whitman records stop an alien invasion. Snowbeast also had a very talented gentleman at the helm by the name of Herb Wallerstein, a prolific director of many of your favourite TV shows, including I Dream of Jeannie, The Wild Wild West, Star Trek, Mission Impossible, The Brady Bunch, Bearcats, The Partridge Family, Happy Days, Petrocelli, Wonder Woman, and The $6 Million Man. Speaking of the $6 Million Man, Snowbeast features the phenomenon of the 70s, when Bigfoot mania was all the rage. Bigfoot was relatively unknown until 1967 when Roger Patterson filmed the supposedly genuine Sasquatch wearing sneakers. I'm sure you've seen the pictures if not the film footage itself. After that, Bigfoot's popularity soared higher and faster than Evel Knievel ever did. The media was flooded with news stories relating recent sightings of the creature, while books devoted to the big hairy one were all over the place. From the Loch Ness Monster to Sasquatch, the Yeti to the Yowie, people gobbled it all up. Television shows like Leonard Nimoy's In Search Of series scared the crap out of an entire generation of kids with its pseudo-documentary approach, a method repeated ad nauseum ever since, including the influential Blair Witch Project 2 decades later and Paranormal Activity a decade after that. I seem to have strayed a little from the subject at hand. Let's get straight back to Snowbeast before we forget what happened in part 1. Oh, that's right. Nothing.